Hey guys, welcome to the 3D Animation Hub. My name is Brian and today we're going to be talking about how you can retire a millionaire on an animator's income. This isn't going to be some Tai Lopez video. I'm not going to ask you to join a webinar. We're going to be using the magic of compound interest, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can, with an animator salary, become a millionaire by the time you retire. Just a disclaimer, I tried to make this video as concise and short as possible, but there's a lot to cover. There's a lot to even think about and talk about before you even put any money into any investments of any sorts. So I apologize if it gets a little bit too long, just bear with me. And if you're ready, let's hop in. Now I should start by saying that no, I'm not a millionaire, not yet, and I'm not a financial advisor or a CPA, so you shouldn't listen to me and invest into something just because I said so, or just because some YouTuber said so. Now, to build some credibility, because I just tore myself down, I have been investing for the last 4 years. I've been very, very interested in it, have read dozens and dozens of books, watched dozens and dozens of videos and podcasts, and most of my net worth is in investments. I have more than 90% of my net worth in investments. And I have gone from being thousands of dollars in debt when I graduated from college, from university, to now having a net worth of, let's just, in the 6 figures. And I'm not saying this to brag in any way, shape, or form. I'm just showing you what's possible if you just invest and stay consistent investing. We'll touch on some ways you can do that and some ways you can build this in the next several years to be over $1 million and you be officially a millionaire. So again, I'm just sharing that information to let you guys know that any average Joe can do it. Any average Joe can reach these figures from the negatives, and you don't need to be, you don't need to give your money to a financial advisor. You don't need to pay the fees of a syndicate or something to invest your money for you. You can learn and educate yourself and do it yourself and save a lot of money and probably make more money than letting someone else invest it for you if you don't make any risky moves. I feel like this is a topic that's not really talked about in our industry, in the animation industry, and it doesn't make any sense to me because our industry is probably one of the more volatile, where most of the jobs are contract based, so you're constantly going in and out of jobs. There could be months, there could be longer periods where you don't have a job, where you can't land another gig. And it makes sense if you have some money to make you feel comfortable, but that's not so easy to do if you're just putting money away in the bank. If you're putting all your money, all your savings just in the bank, you're losing money. And I'll explain that a little bit later in the video. Now, once you've accumulated enough money, you can work on whatever project you would like to work on. You never have to put up with a company that's treating you badly, and the power kind of shifts into your hands. And just knowing that you don't have to pick that company, you don't have to stay at that job just because you have to pay the bills, and you will be okay if you don't take it and you wait another month for another job. Just knowing that kind of gives you this sense of freedom. So with all that rambling, let's actually get into the numbers. Let's actually get into how we're gonna do this. So in this video, we're going to be covering one of the safest ways to invest your money and grow wealth. If you're waiting for me to tell you how to make money quick, how to get rich quick, that's not going to happen. You can leave this video right now because that's not how you create wealth. When you become rich fast, you become poor fast. You lose your money just as fast. What I'm going to talk about is how to create wealth, not riches. And we're going to take advantage of compound interest, as we mentioned before, and time in the market to achieve this. So first things first, before we even discuss putting your money anywhere, you need to understand the mentality of an investor. You need to have the mentality of an investor. What you're doing is you're investing your money for several years, not several days. You're not going to make a quick profit and take your money out because that's called trading. That's not investing. If your investments go down and you've invested in quality assets that should go up over time, don't sell when you're in the negative. If you sell in the negative, that's when you've actually realized your loss. If you keep your money in there and just wait it out like you're supposed to, the market will always go up over time. So just leave your money in there. I know it's hard, especially when you see those red numbers and you have your money in the market and it just keeps going lower and lower. It kind of feels like a falling knife. you will be okay. If it's a good investment, you will be okay. Just give it time and it will go back up and it will correct itself in a few years. I'll recommend you guys a few books on the psychology of money, and it will, if you haven't read them already, it will open your eyes. It's viewing money as something other than everybody else views it at, and you will understand the game of money. I'll have a few links down below in the description for you guys. You guys can go check those out. They are affiliate links, so I will probably get like a few cents from like every purchase. But they're really books. These are books I've read multiple times, and I definitely recommend them. So our vessel to wealth in this video is going to be the S&P 500. Now the S&P 500, if you don't know, is a basket of companies, a basket of 500 companies, the top 500 American companies. And so when you buy in the S&P 500, you're buying a small share of each, including the 501st company that was just added. It's called smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm. So if you don't mind just gently destroying that like button, I would really appreciate it. But all joking aside, historically the S&P 500 has averaged about 10% returns per year. And obviously there is inflation, and if you didn't know what inflation was, is every year your money is worth a little bit less, and the average is around 2%. So S&P up 10%, inflation, your money's worth is down 2%. So after that, after inflation adjusted, the S&P return per year historically over the last 100 years, 100-something years, has been 8% per year. I hope you're with me so far. I will try and simplify it. So if you put $10,000 into the S&P 500 and it goes up by 8% the following year, you're at $10,800. Now, the year after that, 8% gets added to the 10,800, not to your original 10,000. This is what compounding means. So every year, your original sum plus the interest gets interested, and then that gets interested, and that gets interested. So by the second year, you'll be at 11,664. And then by the third year, you'll be at 12,600. So if you just invested $10,000 just upfront, didn't touch it for 10 years into an S&P 500, on average, it will be worth $22,000 after 10 years. Now, if you took that same amount into a bank, if you kept in your checking, even in a savings account, after 10 years, your $10,000 will be worth $9,043. So you actually, inflation adjusted. So you actually lost money keeping your assets in the bank just due to inflation. And that I even counted 1% increased interest rate for a savings account, because that's around the average of a savings account is 1%. So even including that, inflation just kind of doubles that and just chips away at your money. So $10,000 in S&P 500, $22,000. $10,000 in bank, $9,000, $9,043. Okay, so now you're probably thinking,
Brian, how does $22,000 make me a millionaire? This doesn't make any sense. It's like, I'm leaving this video.
Okay, investing $10,000 once isn't gonna make a difference. Just investing some money and then leaving it isn't gonna do anything. You need to make it a consistent habit of keep investing. This is where the mentality of an investor comes in. You need to think of it as paying yourself first. It's hard to invest when you're, buying this and buying that and buying a new camera, and then, you're like, oh, well, I only have like this much left over to invest. No, you need to think of it as the other way around. You need to, every month, put money aside to invest, and then whatever is left over is for you to splurge on. If you just keep that mentality for a little bit, you can set yourself up for life. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys an example. This should be doable with an animator's salary, but obviously it depends on your situation. It depends where you are in the world, but I just wanna get my point across and to show you guys that compound interest is magic. Now, there was a famous quote, and I'll tell you who it's by afterwards, but it goes like this: compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. This is a quote by Albert Einstein. I'm not kidding you. You can look this up. This is an actual quote by Albert Einstein. So this is what I mean when I say compound interest is magic. He considers it one of the 8th wonders of the world. And this is why I think it's so important to teach you guys. I get really excited about this stuff. School won't teach you this. So you gotta come to some animator YouTube guy to learn about this kind of stuff. I really wish this is something I learned in school. I really wish I got into investing earlier, but I'll count my blessing for when I did get interested. Okay, so here are some real numbers. And for the sake of the video, we'll say you're investing an initial $10,000. And so you're putting $1,000 into the S&P 500 every year. Now that may sound like a lot, and it may not sound like a lot to some of you, but that's about $830 a month for you to invest. And you need to realize your money, you're not throwing your money away. Okay, this is you investing into your future. Your money isn't going anywhere. It's just making more money for you. So that's how you need to think about it. You like when you think, if you think you're throwing $830 away, then yeah, that's really hard to, justify that. Like once you understand compound interest, you'll understand what I mean, but you need to think of it as your money making you money. Now, if you keep investing $10,000 every year for 10 years, you'll be looking at $166K by year 10 of you investing. Now, let's say you invest for another 10 years, equaling 20 years. Now you're looking at $504,000. And this is where it starts to get a little crazy. Every 10 years makes an even bigger difference. Okay, so why stop there? Let's go to 30 years of investing. Let's say you invest at $10,000 a year for 30 years. You'll be at $1.2 million and $1.233,000. At this point, you've invested about $310,000 of your own money you've put into investments, and your money, your $310,000, has made you another $930,000. At this point, your investment is making you, this is after 30 years, your investment is making you more than you would be from your regular job. Okay, so let's say you're in your 20s and you use the method I just mentioned, $10,000 a year at 8% compounded interest per year. By your 50s, you're a millionaire. By your 60s, so if you invest for 40 years straight, you'll be a multi-millionaire. You'll be at $2.8 million of investments. It's honestly so simple that it hurts. It hurts that I didn't know this when I was going to school. It hurts that I didn't have any sort of, there was no financial education at school. If I had known this, I'm sure it would have piqued my interest. And this is one of many, many, many ways to reach that goal, reach that financial freedom goal. I'm gonna have links down below for you guys for the books I mentioned and the compound calculator. Go ham with it, okay? Yeah, like you're gonna realize how crazy things get once you get to just longer and longer periods of time of compounded interest. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy the more financial side of things, if it's not just animation related, let me know. Let me know if you like the whole financial thing. I can do more. I love finance, is my passion. So if you like these type of videos, make sure to smash that like button. Let me know down below. With all that out of the way, happy investing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.